Down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Off of play action, Darnold. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Eluding the pressure right. They'll try and run it, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
Keep going, OT.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
45. I got it. Check. 45 to Mike. Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devon Kennard. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And the catch made by Johnson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a run with Peterson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Let's go. Check. Mike 57. Mike 57. Ladies.
1st and goal.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. Got a man, It's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and the lead grows to 10-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Looking downfield for Jones. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Hey, switch. Hey, Delta.
To throw is Darnold. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Check. Shoot. Watch this.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now on 2nd and 16. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
DeMarcus Lawrence, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now running right through it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's checking. Crash.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold eluding the pressure right. It's caught at the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Deontay Johnson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey with a little how-do-you-do as he gets in there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Ron Thornhill. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
45, Mike, 45. It's been a long day for you. Hold the look. Lady, hold. Check, 45 to Mike.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot right. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for an Oakland touchdown. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet.
This rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Throwing, Brissett. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man is Anderson. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On play action, Brissett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jarrell Casey picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jarrell Casey able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll try and throw for it here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift-wrap situation as they take over first and goal. Now it's Darnold. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on second down. Darnold got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for a Raider touchdown. Deontay Johnson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett is going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Darnold. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A 1st down throw, Darnold. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Darnold to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight, we go, young lady. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Darnold now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Dancing to his left. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run again here with Gallman.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Switch it. Come on, lady.
Play action. It's Darnold. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
It's our time.
Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensive got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Deontay Johnson with another touchdown. Number 24 on the year. Continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Trying
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devon Kennard. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, Brissett. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's King. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Still on his feet. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big run for AP. 62 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devin Funchess. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a play fake here on first down. Devon Kennard in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They'll try the right side this time. Here with Gordon. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Brissett. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Darnold from the gun. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. This is Gordon. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Brissett now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
We go, Sam.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Raiders, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our